Hello, this is Claude, and today I'm reviewing the Razer Viper Ultimate Wireless Gaming Mouse. And like all the reviews that I do, all the products that I talk about, they're all products that have actually, had my interest, and then I actually purchase. So none of the reviews that I do are with products that are given to me for review, so I maintain my independence. Some people tell me, "Oh, even though your reviews are not are unbiased, they're still not objective." No, they're not objective because I'm a person, and people are subjective to their own opinion. It's just not biased by receiving free products. So yes, it is a subjective opinion. So this being said, let's talk about the Razer Viper Ultimate. And the reason why it had my interest is for years I've had Razer products many years ago, original Death Adder and all that good stuff. And I stopped using it because I've got multiple desktops at home. I've got multiple laptops that I use for work. And I need to have portability from one computer to the other. And for many years, Razer Synapse had all the settings built into the software, so it was attached to the computer. And I hated that. And this is why I like now my wireless mice, and I'm putting here the G Wireless Pro that I love so much. I have two of them. My G903, my Rocat Cane AMO200. So I do like higher end mice, and this is why I'm trying to see every time I see if a product could become better than my favorite, which is my Logitech G Wireless Pro, by far the best. Everything is perfect. So every time there's a potential mouse that can replace it, I always purchase. And here goes my 2 cents on my opinion on that. So I'm gonna put these aside. I'm gonna keep the G Wireless Pro here around here. Let's talk about first. Let's talk about the specs. Let's do the box real quick. Razer Chroma RGB. Everybody's got RGB. It's got Chroma. It needs to work with the Synapse software. Razer Hyperspeed, whatever that is. Razer Focus with the 20K DPI optical sensor. The optical sensor, they're all made by or with in collaboration with PixArt. Same thing with Logitech. Same thing with Razer with Rocat. They all work with the PixArt. So the 3366 or 3360 or 33 whatever series is above that. So they're all based on that. So they all have this 74 grams lightweight. So this is what I'm looking for. I have this Logitech also that is very light. And so I like that. So I like to have anything below 70 grams. To me, like the Mother Low is too light. I like mice when they've got grip on the side. So I like the mice when they have a decent scroll wheel. And then and they glide well. They're well built. So let's talk about this once we get through the box here. So I said the 74 grams per me is the perfect weight. 5 onboard memory profiles. 5 onboard memory profiles. That is awesome. This is why I bought this mouse. Razer optical mouse switch. Yeah, that's their own switches. This is their own switches, but it's always in cooperation with Omron or something like that. So I don't know if it is the case, but right now the quality of the mice between Logitech, Razer, Rocat, SteelSeries, you name them, all the best. The quality is so good that they can't go back to anything as inferior. So right now, optically with the sensor and with the switches, it's up there right now. So anyway, eSport my mouse, and then it's got the dock and the cradle. We're going to talk about that. Up to 70 hours battery life. We'll talk about this a little bit. Well, I'm going to talk about it right now. 70 hours battery life. I use the mouse when I travel for work, and I always bring the mouse with me. And then I'm trying to look for. When I bring this hard case, and I always put my mice in there, my computer bag in that. So nothing's happening with this, so I just drop the mouse in the bag and I've got it. So when I usually charge the mouse, and I don't want to, I travel internationally for work, so I want to have the mouse working for the full week without having to bring the cradle or nothing. And this has proven to me that it does the 40 hours. at least. But I've seen that Logitech. I don't know what the exact rating is. I'm reviewing the Razer, but it still outperforms. I still have more juice left when I come back from a week travel with the Logitech. I have to say that. But still, it still does the whole week, so I'm still good with that. All right. Yeah, the onboard, the weight, the 70 hours, the chroma, we talked about it. With the charging dock. Let's talk about right now the charging dock, might as well. The charging dock has got a triangular shape, and then you will see the bottom is the triangular shape, which makes it very difficult to pick up. So it's a good thing because this is done to be with a low a fulcrum, right, low center of gravity, and so it's not going to tilt and all that. So that's good for that. Just hard to pick up. You've got the little Razer green inside. That's pretty neat. You've got these two little dots here to connect the mouse for the to charge. So that's pretty good. You got the little Razer logo. All right. One thing that I think it's a missed opportunity. I think that they should have RGB on the logo right here. It would have been really neat to have just that little accent. You've got RGB in the bottom. All right, here there's an RGB strip. But you know what? The impact is right here at the top. So having the little Razer in green over there would have been, or whatever color matching your mouse, would have been really neat. I don't like the docking. Here's where the cable goes. You connect the cable through here. I don't like the little duck itself because, and this is a drawback, this is something I don't like from the mouse, is that when you try to put the mouse on the duck, you know, some other mice have docking station and you just put in it, you know, magnetically just will find itself. This one you can be like going around with it and it's still not going to connect. So that's the thing here, that you really, this is what I'm saying about the lifting it up, because you need to lift it up and then you can't lift it up, but you need to literally, I have to lift it up and then, you know, align the things here and then connect it and then let it go. And even with that, it's still not. So it's very difficult to put the pins on the mouse. So this is, to me, it's a fail. There should be a system where just by itself it gets led to the connectors and it just attaches there. So this to me, I always struggle with it so much that right now I barely ever use the docking station. The dock, I always use basically the cable, and I just connect the cable, let it charge, and so this is a missed opportunity. It's you know, it's, if it could find it properly, if this would light up, that would be really nice. The shape would be perfect because it would you wouldn't have to pick it up. But this is, I think, the two things that need to be improved. You know, little dongle, just a little dongle right there, right? So a little Razer set on it, so that's all right. It's a dongle, right? And then the dongle goes to attach right here, or to a USB port in your computer, or right here. So, so that's where it goes. I've got the cable. Last thing I want to say about the little docking station, the little dock, not the docking station, the dock, is the fact that if you remove this little plastic here, the rubber under it is very sticky. So once you put it on your desk, it's going to tend to stay in place, which is a great thing. It's very good. The only problem is that if you travel and want to throw that in your computer bag, it's going to be full of dust and lint and all that crap, and then it's going to be a mess. So yeah, I had removed it and I put it back immediately. So I know I don't travel with it because it's not that good. So so that's the only thing. So if you intend to put it on a glass desk and then you're gonna put it there, stay there forever, it's awesome. It's very well made. So you can't please everybody, right? So this is for those that it's supposed to be a permanent basis, and I understand that, and that's well done in that sense. All right. What else does it say? So hyperspeed technology, yeah. There's no lag when you're in game, and there's literally no lag. And I've played with the mouse, and there's no problem at all with no lag at all. And then there's the Razer optical mouse switch. You know what? Personally, I don't see no difference with regular arm run switches and all that. So I don't know. I cannot tell anything about this. Let's go see about the cable there. So it's a braided cable, and I love braided cables, right? So nothing wrong with that. It's it's lightweight. It's not an issue. If you play with the cable, it's not a problem. I always love when they put the Razer or an identification when it's in the a USB port. You don't have to fight with it to find it, and then the cable just comes and it attaches to the back right here. So it's going to be flat in the back. Like that, it says top, so you can put it here. It lays flat, and this is how you attach it. For the construction of the mouse, again, one thing that there is that I really like, it's that it's got a little window here to put the USB dongle, so you can just put it here, when you travel, you put the dongle in here, and that is fantastic for people who travel. I really like that. All right, so that's another positive for this mouse. Okay, there you go. So yeah, so that's the construction of the mouse. Let's go see the mouse per se. So you got the DPI button, all right, and then you've got the on and off switch right here in the bottom, on and off switch, DPI button. You got the sensor. You've got the feet. Also, the gliding feet are not that big. And one thing that I can say that is weird is that nowadays, even the cheaper mice, they always put extra feet. So if you need to open the mouse for any reason, you remove that. And then sometimes you can screw them up, and then they put a set, or just for wear and tear. If you game a lot, you're gonna, these are gonna be wearing out. There's not an additional kit in the box, so that is a big issue for me because everybody's doing it right now. So they should put that. One of the things that I really like from the mouse is the fact that it comes with the grip. All right, so it's a nice rubber grip, and I'm gonna try to see if I can really give you a feel of that grip. So it's a nice rubberized grip. It's a texture. It goes all the way up. I love that. This is very nice. Now I usually have to put like hockey tape, a lizard skin hockey tape, Canadian here. So we have this in every store. I put that to get grip, and with this one you don't need to have that. So that's really good. So when it comes to the RGB, it's really nice. The plastic is like a double shot PBT. It's solid. Let's hear the noise. It's sturdy. It's very solid. It doesn't feel cheap at all in the hand. All right. If you look at the switches mechanically, the construction itself, so you've got the grooves here for the fingers. Some people love them. Some people are indifferent. Me, I prefer like the more subtle, grooves that are on the Logitech. But still, it's not a problem for me. But it really forces your finger to be right here. So you don't have an option to be anywhere else. It forces your finger to be somewhere. Okay with that. So this is, and then the switches here are separate from the body. It's not part of the body. I like that a lot. And you got the same rubber on the other side, so that's good. All right, and then, yeah. So this is basically the construction. The size of the mouse is, I don't know. Let's do that on the fly, and then I'm gonna give you direct dimensions. So the height is exactly 36 millimeters. There you go, 36 millimeters. All right, 36 high, and the length is exactly, let's go there, it's 126 millimeter. So 36 high, and then I will tell you, I see the difference with this one. This one's got maybe a couple of mils because I can feel the difference, and this one is 40 millimeter. So that's 4 millimeters different. This is the readings here. So that is 4 millimeters difference, and the difference makes it that I've got a hand that's about 19.5 centimeter by I don't remember what, but my palm, I'm a palmer, and then my palm doesn't fully rest on the mouse when I use it. I've got better resting surface on the Logitech. And so this is why I still prefer this one. Teaser, I'm just going to the conclusion. I still prefer this one. But still, so, it's still a nice, so if you've got a large hand to a very large hand, that's going to be a smaller mouse. Maybe if you have a bigger hand, like the G 3, to me, it's still king. The most accurate mouse in game. But this one is for medium, smaller to medium to large hands, but the large to larger hands it's not as good if you're a palmer. All right. The scroll wheel is rubber with texture, is very nice. So that's very good. So I'm gonna go through the sound of the mouse. So let's do this. I've got the microphone right up here, so I'll do that. I've got if my video mic Pro Plus from Rode wants to cooperate with me, you're gonna be hearing it. So left click, right click, different noise. Scroll wheel. This is very satisfying, get to see that. Click on the scroll wheel. It's nice. All right, the buttons, the directional buttons on the side. Back. On the other side. And in the back. See, this one in the back is clearly different, you see? Look. So I don't know if it's a quality issue, but this one is clearly different than the other three buttons. All right. Now let's talk about the shape. All right. So it's a Razer. It's ambidextrous mouse. So obviously the shape needs to be similar on both sides. There's a little flare up, obviously, in the front, right? And this to me is where I'm going to say it's also a negative. Because when you're in game, if you play, this finger here is really extruding out and it's pushing out. So sometimes when you play and then you go fast, and I've got usually a mouse pad, right? A SteelSeries mouse pad. Now it just get better contrast on the video on the white surface. But when you're in playing in game, this eventually it gets bothersome. I know it is to me. Maybe it's not going to be for everybody, but it is to me. All right. This one here, obviously, it's ambidextrous as well on the Logitech Pro Wireless, but there's not a flare-up that's as evident. So this is not an issue when you play this. It rests naturally, and you don't feel like it's extruding out. This one is. You always feel like it wants to push back in, or it's just weird. All right. So overall, if I give the Logitech, for example, to me, it's a 9.5 out of 10. All right. With my mod, without the mod, it's an 8. But with the grip, it's an amazing mouse. The Razer, you know, what's it called again? The Viper Ultimate does not dethrone the Logitech Pro Wireless in my book. But it is, I would say overall, and I don't need to do nothing, but overall, it's a solid 8.59. It's a really good mouse. I really appreciate this. I use it quite a bit. I'm going to give you an example. I've got this Rocat Cane Ammo, you know, ambidextrous as well, wireless, very good quality. It's not very well balanced. The position is, the size from my hand is actually better than all of the mice that I have, the wireless that I have. But it's not well balanced, and at the end, it's not, you know, it's not, you don't feel like using it, so I don't use that one. This one, even though there's a little flare up, there's the little ducking that could be better, that I don't really use. I use this mouse. I travel this mouse almost every week. Even though I've got two Logitech Pro Wireless, I could just grab one, put in my computer, but I still enjoy this mouse quite a bit. So I use this mouse. It travels well, and I like the grip. So it's a very good mouse per se. All right. So I do recommend it. If you're an aficionado, and then if you just want to have one mouse, I think that the Logitech is still better. I think the software for Logitech is a little you know, more user friendly. The Synapse is another thing. It's pretty good, very much better than it used to be. But still, there's this quirk with the Synapse, and then you know, but still, overall it's a very good product, very good mouse. For the price, it's not a cheap mouse. For the price, you get what you pay for. It's a good package. Everything is solid, and the construction, to me, this is what I like the most about it, is the construction. Is the mouse that the construction feels the most quality of those that I have, including the Logitech. It still feels sturdier. All right. So these are my comments, my opinion on this mouse. Great mouse. Doesn't dethrone to me the Logitech, but overall it's a very good mouse. So if you're a Razer guy and you hated the fact that Synapse would, you need to have Synapse to use the mouse completely, no need for that anymore. All right. So this is the Razer Synapse. And this is a much cleaner look than it used to be in the past, so that's good. And there's also integration with Philips Hue, which I do have some Philips Hue exactly just one above me. But let's go see. So I've got the dock, and I've got the mouse there. Let's go quickly see the on the dock side. So this is the options that we have. So the battery's at 55, and this is the color on the dock, depending on the status of the charge, and then you can put the light on and off, and then the brightness, affect that, put some effect on that. I've got static color in there, but you can have whatever you want. So these are the options, and then let's go see now for the mouse itself. So the mouse itself, you got here, you got some of the options here. So what all the buttons, what they do, but you got here, and you got it tells you that it's onboard profile, so onboard memory, which is great. This is why I tried to another Razer product after many years, because I couldn't have the profiles on the mouse itself on board memory. If you go left-handed, then it changes the buttons here. You can see that, and if I go right-handed, it brings them back. So that's pretty good. Also, if you want to do some macros, I'm just going to go here, button 5 for example. Then here you got all the different options that you can do. You can go record your macros. You can do some macros over there. and then you can configure the macros over here. So I'll just show real quick what it does, and it shows me again the status of the battery right here. Yeah, so it is the software per se, and it's not better or it's not worse than Logitech, than Rocat, than SteelSeries or any of the others. So it's up there. All right, so no problems there. So here's a quick overview of the Synapse software. So overall, very good construction, good the weight balance. The weight balance is very good, and so the switches are very nice. So it's actually, to me, it's clearly recommend this mouse. It's a very good mouse. All right, thanks for watching this video, and see you at the next one. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.